Hey, so I'm going to show you really quickly how you can edit your photographs. I'm going to try to show you a few different ways, but if you have any specific or particular ideas that I didn't show you in this tutorial, just email me and I will answer that question either in an email explaining how to do it or I'll film myself doing it for you. So the application that you're going to use is called photopea.com and it's actually a website. So you do everything within your web page. It's pretty much a knockoff Photoshop. Um, so over here, everything is pretty similar to a Word document or kind of that old school paint application. So everything at the top is going to be your main menu, file, pretty basic opening files if you need to, editing, copy paste, same pretty self-explanatory, image, layer, select, filter, new window. Window is just how you want to um, organize your palette, which is this entire screen. So do you want to see the brushes? Do you want to see the layers? So on and so forth. We'll get into detail with that in a little bit, but you might not need a lot of this stuff. And then to the left over here is your tools. You won't need many of them, and the ones that you do need, I'll explain. And then right over here is your layer panel. So this is where you're going to essentially see your work and step by step, and I'll talk to you about that in a bit. And then up here, hopefully we can get a preview of your work. So first thing you're going to do is open a photograph. I saved one of yours here. Okay. If you haven't edited it already, you can do so by using this little half white, half black. It has pretty basic editing tools, color balance, hue, saturation, exposure, um, so on and so forth. So you're more than welcome to edit it that way if you want to. I might just brighten this up a smidge. Just for the sake of today. All right. I don't know how to get rid of that. That's dumb. All right. Oh, go away. All right. Okay, so after that, we are going to add your quote. So what you want to do is open. I'm going to send you this one. I found it for you. What it is, come on, come on, come on. It is the iMessage bubble. Um, and it doesn't have a background. So that's kind of easy peasy. Except I can't find it right now. Found you. All right, so you're going to just open that from your desktop. And what happens is it opens in two different tabs. So here's your picture, and then here is the bubble. So this bubble, the only one I could find is one that has um, the white and the blue, and it has multiple. But I would assume that some of your pictures you don't want to have multiple texts. So what you want to do is if you want to just grab one, we're going to go to right here. You want it to make sure that it's the one that has the dotted square and like the little jelly bean. If you don't have that, if it's not displaying that, then you just press down on this um, little triangle on the corner and then you can find it. So you want the object selection. It's just the easiest one at this moment. And then you have this little bullseye. You're going to go around. You're going to click, drag around your message. And when you have a rectangle around it, you're going to let go. And then you're going to notice there is these marching ants that kind of came up around it. We're going to make that into its own layer. So you're going to go to Edit, Copy, edit, paste. And if you notice right over here, now we have one that is by itself. When you have the one by itself, make sure you click the layer. We're going to go all the way up here to the move tool. You're going to click that. You're going to physically click the message, hold your clicker, drag, 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 until you go to the next tab and the picture switches over. I'm still holding my clicker. I'm dragging, and I'm dropping. Okay? If that doesn't work, then you can probably just click, edit, copy, switch your tab, edit, paste. Let's see if that works. Works just fine. Perfect. All right, so our iMessage is a little big, so what we're going to do is we are going to change the size. A few ways you can do that is to, on your keyboard, press Control and T at the same time. When you do that and let go, you're going to see there is a little box that comes up around the iMessage. You're going to hold down Shift and drag in the corners. You have to hold down Shift in order to not warp the iMessage. Then we can place it wherever you choose. For example, right now your head is over here, but the iMessage kind of little quote is there. If you don't like that and you want to swap it, all you have to do is go to Edit, Transform, flip horizontally, and now it looks like it's coming from you, if that's the style you're interested in. If you want it a little bit smaller, to me that's a little bit big, so I'm going to do Control T, hold Shift, just a smidge smaller. Maybe take advantage of this big black space and place it over there. Press Enter and then it'll engage. For example, if you want to write more than one line so you need your bubble to be bigger, you can go back to Control T, and then instead of holding Shift, you're just going to drag the top, press Enter, and now you'll have enough space to kind of write a whole paragraph. I'm going to go to Edit, Undo, just to come back to normal. Another way to size it, because sometimes students have trouble using the Control T, is to go to Edit. Again, I'm always making sure whatever I want to edit, the layer is selected. So Edit, Transform, and press Scale. Then that little box should show up, and then you can now hold Shift and make it bigger or smaller. Okay, Enter. All right, now to add the text, we are going to go to the T tool. Okay, and then you're going to want to click your picture. When you click the picture, you can see the T tool layer showed up, and now I'm just going to write just about anything. Okay, I'm going to, just like in a Word document, obviously I don't want it to be black. I think our text come in white. Let me check. What does it look like? I'm on my phone right now. Okay, if your text is blue, then your font is white. So you are going to go, why is it not coming up? Oh, right here. You're going to go right here and you're just going to click it. You're going to drag your mouse all the way to the white, press OK, and now it is white. I want it to look pretty similar to what will I wear? Obviously, you will write something a little bit more profound and teenagery, but just for the sake of this, I'm going to make it a smidge bigger. Okay, and then you can move it around most of the time. Okay, we're going to try to move it by, I clicked my layer so that it would come out of the writing section. I'm going to go to my move tool and now I'll be able to kind of move it. If it's not centering, you can use your keypad to use the up arrow. I'm using my up arrow and the right arrow to kind of center it. Ta-da! If you want to make multiple messages, you can go to your original one and go to on your keypad Control J, and it'll make a second one. You go to your Move tool, and it's actually hidden behind your original one. And you can just drag it up like such, and then it's the exact same size. Okay, what else can I show you? I guess if you want to write a conversation, then you would come on over here, go back to our original, um, highlight, you can't really see it, but it's there. Highlight that, grab it, drop it over here. Come on. All right, edit, copy, edit, paste. Okay, so it's quite see-through. What do we want to do with that? All right, we're gonna delete this, and I'll show you how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna edit it for you so that you don't have to. But essentially what I'm going to do is select that section. I'm gonna change my color to a gray. That looks good. I'm gonna go to my brush and I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Then I'm going to paint that. I'm going to erase this one little bit. Okay, and then now I'm going to Control J to make it its own layer. Hold the Move tool, bring it over, and now I'll clean that up and erase that for you, but Control T to make it appropriate size, holding Shift, dragging the corners, like so. And depending on the direction you want the quote to come from, you can just go to Edit, Transform, and flip horizontally, and now it's going the other way. This is obviously the opposite. Blue should be on the right and gray should be on the left, but you get the idea. And then if you want to add text to the gray, we're going to go back to the text tool. We're going to click on it. I'm going to say, hey. It's now white, but we want it to be black, so I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to come up to my box, drag my mouse all the way to the deepest black, press OK, and then I can just use, I can click my layer to undo the sizing, go to my Move tool, and move it appropriately, however it would look naturally. Ta-da! All right, so to save it, so you're going to want to edit, save as a PSD. A PSD will let you work on it today and work on it tomorrow as a layer form. If you are 100% finished and you like how it looks, you can go to export and save it as a JPEG or a PNG. And that'll be a final picture. You can't go back and change anything. My suggestion to you is to save everything as a PSD and everything as a JPEG. So when you go to save it as a PSD, you're going to give, it'll either save into your drive or save into your computer. And then when you go to export it as a JPEG, it will allow you to save it like that as well. So I would save both and then just take note of what your file name is. You don't want them to be numbers. We could probably change it. Let's double check. Doesn't look like you can. If I figure out how to save it as a file, a different file name, I'll let you know. But otherwise, they should go into your drive or into your computer, and then you'll be able to open them up and send them to me like that. All right, let me know if you need anything.